Hi, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Monday, May 13th, NBA playoffs, round 2. We have game 4s going off on Monday here. So we've got Celtics and Cavs. Celtics up 2-1 in that series. And Thunder and Mavs. Mavs up 2-1 in that series. So important game 4s all the way around. Chance to go up 3-1 or series tied up 2-2. So 2 excellent series going on so far in this one. So let's get into all the madness here in these 2 NBA playoff games and break them down here for you. So 4 o'clock out here in Phoenix, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Celtics, Cavs. Celtics did what we kind of expected, came out and punched them in the mouth in game 3 after the disappointing loss in game 2 at home. Donovan Mitchell, another good game. Mobley played pretty well, but not enough firepower for the Cavs against the Celtics in this one. Not a complete shocker either. So we kind of expected them to come out, punch them a little bit, get a little pissed off at the lackadaisical way they played in game 2, come out and make some shots and play a little bit more defense in game 3. Tatum, I wouldn't say he went off, but he had an excellent all-around game. Tatum's still not hitting many threes, though, on that side of it. Jrue Holiday, better offensive game. Derek White, a little bit better than in game 2, but below what he has been doing through the first 2 rounds of the playoffs so far. So what do you expect here in game 4? Well, we've got the same point spread, basically around 8, around the same total, 208. I'll be really honest here again. This is one of those ones where I don't think the Celtics want to really get into one of these series that goes 6 games. Like 5 seems to be okay, but going past that just seems silly for a team that on paper and in reality is just much, much better than the Cavs are. The Cavs are still Donovan Mitchell, and who does Donovan Mitchell trust? Which isn't a ton of guys. Mobley's had a pretty excellent game 2, decent game 3. Where is Darius Garland at? That would be excellent to know for all Cavaliers fans. He hasn't been around much at all. In fact, Derek White, last 2 games, they really, I think, had an opportunity to really get something done, and Derek White didn't have nothing, and they still couldn't get nothing done in game 3 against the Celtics. Do we expect Derek White and the others to really struggle in another game? I don't on this one here. I mean, this one here, the line should have been higher in this one. I think the books are giving us a break here, only being around 8. So, a personal opinion on this one. But this is the way the handicap breaks down. I think the Celtics win by 12-15 one more time. And it's not really that, it's not really that close. Celtics get, they make a run first quarter, second quarter, and just basically maintain that thing all the way throughout. On there. The Cavs can't hit enough threes right now. If you only got really one 3-point shooter, the only one consistent right now has been Donovan Mitchell. It's hard to make a run from the 3-point line. Garland hasn't been that good from 3. Dean Wade does come back for the Cavs, but he only hits 1 3. So what good does that do? Haven't seen any Sam Merrill in this series, hardly at all. Maybe he could get hot from 3-point line and cause some disruption, but obviously they don't trust him enough to put him in the game enough. Caris LeVert, another good game off the bench, but not enough firepower to extend that defense out, so they can kind of pack it in a little bit, even though no Porzingis. I know the Celtics are only up 2-1, but does anybody think they've really exerted a lot of effort to get up 2-1 in this series? One of those things, again, I do not. So we're going to roll with the Celtics here. Like I said, not a big shock. I don't think that we're not shocking the world by telling you to play the Celtics and play the cover here, but on that one, you have to come up with something different in order to beat the Celtics, right? You're going to have to take some chances, whether it's on playing I honestly think you need to play a better offensive player than defensive player. They're either going to hit their shots or they're not. That's kind of the way the Celtics play. If they hit their shots, they win. If they don't, they lose. So why wouldn't you want to try to keep up with them firepower-wise unless you're just pretty damn sure that you can't in that one there. So we'll roll with the Celtics in this one. We'll give you those bets. Celtics minus 2.5 first quarter, minus 5 in the first half, minus 8 for the game. Derek White over 15.5 points. and 3+ threes and 4+ threes for Derek White, and over 24.5 par. Jason Tatum under 2.5 threes and under 44.5 par. The only game he's went over 42.5 par would actually be game 3. He hasn't hit 3 threes. I can't remember the last time he hit 3 threes. I believe it was in the regular season. He's not attempting a shit. I mean, he hit 2 quick threes in the first quarter. Still, he wants to drive to the hoop. Can't blame him. I mean, he's got a huge advantage once he gets, inside the paint against anybody with the Cavs, except maybe Mobley or Jarrett Allen, who hasn't been able to play. So, like him in there as well. We also like Donovan Mitchell under 4.5 assists and over 2.5 turnovers. And Evan Mobley, who we've mentioned a couple times, over 10.5 rebounds. Mobley's had best series or best playoffs he's had. I mean, if he can continue to play this way on a nightly basis or on a consistent basis in the regular season, he's going to get nods for, all-stars and things of that nature. So let's go through those bets one more time. Celtics, Cavs. Celtics minus 2.5 first quarter, -5 in the first half, -8 for the game. Derek White over 15.5 points. That thing's came down a couple points, right? 3+ threes, 4+ threes over 24.5 par. Now, amazingly enough, the point total came down, but the par stayed the same on that one. We still like him to distribute the ball, get some rebounds, and we expect probably closer to 20 points in this one for him as well. We also like Tatum under 2.5 threes made and Tatum under 44.5 par. Tatum could have 40 par all day long, affect this team in a positive way, and get them victories and get them covers. We also like Evan Mobley over 10.5 rebounds. Then Donovan Mitchell under 4.5 assists as he becomes less and less trusting of the rest of the team making shots. And Mitchell over 2.5 turnovers in that game there. Second game up, let's see here, 6:30 out here in Phoenix, 9:30 Eastern time. Thunder, Mavs. This line's already moving, folks. It's we caught it at 1.5, and in a lot of books it's already down to 1. Mavs favored by 1 at home, up 2-1 in the series. About $1.20 on the money line favorite, 215 total. Looks like there's some issues with Luka besides the soreness in his knee that's been going on forever as well. As this point prop total, par total, threes total, everything has come way down. Now, I understand he didn't score a lot of points, but he did have 15+ rebounds in Game 3. The biggest thing for me in Game 3 and Game 2 for the Thunder was, realistically, they didn't make shots. Besides SGA, Dort didn't make any shots. Jalen Williams, who we absolutely love. Of course, he went to high school down here as well with my daughter, so going to love him even more probably, but really like his game. But he looked tentative. If he didn't have a clear path to the hole, he didn't look like he wanted to score. It looked like he wanted to distribute a little bit more in that one. So I think that's really the big difference so far this series. When the Thunder did hit shots, they won Game 1, right? So, but 2 and 3, they have not. They've looked just a little tentative around the hole. I don't think it's because they're too young. I just think they haven't made necessary adjustments to kind of figure it out. Chet Holmgren's going to have to shoot better. Jalen's going to have to shoot better. Dort, the other Jalen Williams off the bench, and Aaron Wiggins, Josh Giddey, all those guys have to shoot better. SGA, you just keep doing you, boo-boo, so to speak, in that one. He's been fantastic. It's just the other guys have to pick it up a little bit. I think they can easily do it. No question about that one. But the question is, are they going to get it done? We think they are going to get it done here in this particular game. So let's give you those bets for Mavs and Thunder Game 4. So Thunder +0.5 first quarter, +0.5 first half, +1.5 for the game. Like I mentioned, that line keeps moving. It's already at 1, and it could flip to probably a pick'em game by the time we get going here. So we like Holmgren 15+ points. 2+ threes. We might add a block bet there as well, but haven't done so as of yet on Holmgren. Jalen Williams, 20+ points, 2+ threes. Aaron Wiggins, 1+ 3. So you can kind of see where we're going here. Those guys need to shoot better, especially from 3 range. If the Thunder can make some threes, it opens up that where the Mavs can't power in that defense. They actually have to do a lot more rotating, and that's where you get to beat the Mavs. But you have to hit some threes definitely to do that. Kyrie, over 2.5 turnovers and under 2.5 threes as we continue to cash on his under threes ticket. Luka's threes, though, have dropped from 4.5 to 3.5, now down to 2.5. We're still going to go under 2.5 because it's pretty sizable plus money on DraftKings, like around plus 140 when we grid this one. Luka under 47.5 par. That number's dropped tremendously in this series. We were at 52.5 when the series started. We were at 50 yesterday. Now it drops about 3 more to 47.5. To be really honest, if he can't play as hard, if he can't score as much, 47.5 par is still a ton. And then SGA, who we have made bank on 6+ assists. The books have finally caught up here a little bit. That's heavily juiced at 6+ assists. We're still going to bet that. We're also going to bet 7+ assists. So one more time, Thunder Mavs, Game 4. Thunder +0.5 first quarter, +0.5 first half, +1.5 for the game. Jalen Williams, 20+ points. Chet Holmgren, 15+ points. Holmgren, 2+ threes. Williams, 2+ threes. And Wiggins, 1+ 3. SGA, 6+ assists and 7+ assists. Kyrie and Luka both under 2.5 threes. Kyrie over 2.5 turnovers. And Luka under 47.5 par. So if you want to check out all of our bets, as we are a volume better, I highly recommend going to one spot. It's our Google spreadsheet, our Google Sheets. You can find these in multiple spots online on our TikTok and YouTube pages, on our channel pages, and at the end of every episode on YouTube. You can also check that out. It's docs.google.com/spreadsheet. Just click into there. If you want these basketball bets, basketball 23-24 season, scroll down to May 13th. You'll be able to get all of those bets there that we just went through, so make sure you do that. If you want to make life easy to find us, let's help you out with that. Make sure you hit subscribe or follow no matter what social media platform you're watching us on. You can just hit that subscribe or follow button. Will show up in your subscriptions or followers tab on every episode that we drop. Or if you want to make life even easier, make sure you turn on those notifications. For any of the social media platforms you watch us on, you'll get a notification sent to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of bets. Give you plenty of time to match those up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode.